everyone. La13 Scale here, also known as Scale, and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I know that this one's uploading like super late today, but I've been having issues getting back into the swing of things since I came back. Not that anything was wrong, but it pre-recorded a certain number of videos until I came back. And then I was like, okay, I can spend these like next couple days recording. And then like, I don't know how else to describe it other than I felt like I kind of had to recover from the vacation. Not like I did anything particularly crazy or overly strenuous, but like, it was like, oh, vacation's over now, and now I have to go back to this method of overworking myself. And I didn't want to do that. So instead, I took the next couple days after coming back, like adjusting to being back and doing all of the things that I had done when I was at home that, you know, were for me rather than like me trying to get other things done. So I just laid around and I watched anime, and I feel better because of it, to be honest with you. And I didn't want to push myself too hard throughout the week, so I didn't do that either. Except for that day that I recorded before I went to work. But that's because I felt so guilty about not recording anything. So anyway, I tried to at least have like at least a video up for the last couple days. But beginning a few years ago, there's a limit of 3 days put on initial court trials. So not a thing. Almost all finished in a day. Most with a guilty verdict. I gotta put this a little bit higher because I was playing, I was streaming from the SNES Classic, and it's on the same audio track, but that's a different. Anyway. I never thought I would end up in the defendant's chair myself for this case. You went to go fight up against Mr. Red White, who's blackmailed literally everybody, like ever, and you thought that this wasn't going to end in you being on trial? The true culprit appearing as the star witness. This is it. Tomorrow, it's me or him. I'm glad that they animated him. Oh, I could have just... Well... I could have just finished out the episode instead of... That's on me. All right. Let's go on to part 3. All right, no. We're still in the same part, but we're on a different episode of the same part. Anyway, September 9th, 9:52 a.m., District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1. Well, I guess this is it. Yeah. One way or another, this case gets decided today.
Phoenix, look.
I'm sorry, hold on. Next to that couch there, is that an ashtray? What courtroom has an ashtray anymore? What courtroom in 2001 had it? Well, I guess you could smoke still indoors in 2001. Yeah, because I think the state I'm in was one of the first ones to pass like a no smoking inside law. Anyway. Huh? Edgeworth? Prosecutor Edgeworth. Oh, that's him. I received a call from the chief prosecutor's office yesterday. Why are you telling me this? Don't you like when I lose cases or something like that? I'm a little bit confused, and I need to increase the brightness of my webcam just a little. It's better. Huh? I was told that whatever Mr. White says today will be the absolute truth. So, do you hate him as much as I do? What's the play? No matter how you try to attack his testimony, if I raise an objection, I have it on good faith that the judge will listen to me. What? Does Does White have the judge in his pocket too? He just told you he has everybody in the city in his pocket, bro. So you're saying I'm going to be guilty. End of story? I will do anything to get my verdict, Mr. Wright. Anything.
Why? Why?
I don't know, Maya.
How can you torment an innocent person like this?
Innocent? What, are we giving you a moral faith crisis suddenly? Also, is that painting on the back wall new above the couch? Or did they switch out the painting with a different one? How can we know that? The guilty will always lie to avoid being found out. There's no way to tell who is guilty and who is innocent. That's what evidence is for, man. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong. The guilty will always lie. That's sure. Well, maybe not always. Most will mostly lie to make themselves appear better in some frame of mind. But there is a way to tell who's guilty and who's innocent. It's called evidence. That's why they require you to provide evidence during a trial. Evident. Like, I understand that he's saying that there's no way to tell by, like, you know, a person's testimony alone. But this entire game is just other people's testimonies. All that I can hope to do is get every defendant declared guilty. But that's not... Okay. So, hypothetically, if you were to do this, like, in real life, there's a really good chance that, you know, if you get found out that that's your whole goal, is just to work super, super, super hard to get everybody declared guilty, regardless. First off, a prosecution, I believe, in the States is at least an elected position. Like chief prosecutor. So unless this is just a general prosecutor, which I think they just said that he was. If that gets found out ever, like, there could be so many declared mistrials. So I make that my policy. Especially if you're going to fabricate evidence for this. Edgeworth, you've changed.
Huh? Phoenix, you know him?
I saw him yesterday. Like, you could just assume that this was, like, you know, that you've changed since yesterday. I know that that's not actually the case, nor is that implied, but, like... There'd be a different way to phrase that in real life. Don't expect any special treatment, Phoenix Wright.
I guess. Phoenix?
Well, court will be starting soon.
What? But wait.
Oh, I gotta put lotion on my tattoo.
Your defense attorney isn't here yet. They're not.
I will be defending myself.
What?
Which is literally the dumbest move you could possibly do if you end up in a court situation. He is in extenuating circumstances, though. Okay, let's do this. This is a foolish move. September 9th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 1. All right. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Phoenix Wright. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, are you sure you're up to doing this? What is my alternative, man? Yes, Your Honor. I will be defending myself. Understood. Why do I keep trying to yawn? I'm not even tired. I think I'm just cozy. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. As the details of the event are quite clear to the court, today we will hear the testimony of a witness to the defendant's crime. Can you... No. I don't think you can. Because literally, the way that these court cases work out, it's like, you know, the state of Utah versus Brigham or something like that. And then that's the last name of a person, Brigham. And the state of Utah, like, Or they might do out the full name, you know, of Clarence Brigham. Like, if we were to switch who we're pinning this on mid-case, then that would have been the end of a trial, which means you could never try Maya again. Or, yeah, you could never try Maya again for Mia's. And then you'd have to do a separate one against me, but whatever. I see. The prosecution may call its witness. Well, that went far too smoothly. Why didn't the judge ask Edgeworth why his witness didn't testify before? It's like he already knows why. If anyone's gonna raise an objection about this, I suppose it's me. Let it go. Forget it. I smell a trap. Yeah, I do too. I would like to call Mr. Red White to the stand. I hate you. Genuinely. Please state your full name. Oh, you wish to know the title of my personage? I swear to God, man. You said one sentence and I already want to beat the snot out of you. Like, I have enough rings. I can do that. Okay, no, I can't do that exactly. I have 3 additional rings here. Hold on. I got, okay, that's good. That one, has to go on a pinky finger. Yep. This is not gonna fit on any other finger. You know what? I'll double up. There we go. There, I have as much bling as you. Now am I impressive in a court of law? Does this... I have a necklace on. I got a smartwatch. Which, if you ask my phone company, costs way more than, like, a citizen. And then... I got a hair tie. I don't know, look, I'm working on it, okay? But... Look, I have jewelry in my... Can I use the word personage and not be a dick, too? Like, I just... Alright, hold on. I made my point. Just give me a second to put my jewelry back. Like, keep it on a drawing pen on my desk. Alright. Yes, that's what I said. Your tie is tacky. Just like you. Also, is that brooch just a diamond? Yeah, I gotta stop. I'm gonna keep doing this. Oh, dear. Do my locutions confuse? I'm gonna blow up. I just keep it together. Thank you, Edgeworth. You're not having it either. Good. Okay. Name. These two are great together. I would watch... To be honest with you, I would 100% watch a half-hour sitcom that is just those two in a room together. My name is Mr. Red White, but my friends call me Blanco Nino. Nino. Like, Little White? No. Okay, I'm gonna hurt myself. I don't Spanish. Italian, and that's close enough, I guess. I am CEO, or to use a more common term, President of Blue Corp. You could just use CEO. Did you know the victim, Miss Mia Frey? That would be negatory. No, I did not. Okay? Still a dick. You were at the Gatewater Hotel the night of the murder? Correct. And you witnessed the murder from there? Why tell you what you already know? That's the point of you being on the stand. Very well, Mr. White, you may begin your testimony. If I can't rip this guy's testimony apart, I'm done for. I always feel like it's the end of the world and I'm the last man standing. I want to punch you. They did such a good job with this character, but God, I want to punch him. I hope you've made your peace with God, Mr. Lawyer. Objection, confrontational.
Let him have it, Phoenix.
Thanks, Maya. All right. Let's see, it was about 9, I believe. It doesn't say on here what time that was. I believe that it was 9 o'clock, I just couldn't remember. Quite. I was quite perusifying, that's reading to you some papers by the window. Okay. Then I heard a bedlam coming from outside. Bedlam's like a commotion, but it's typically used when referring to a person. Surprised, I turned to look at the building across the way, and that's what I saw him. A spiky-haired man attacking a woman with long hair. Victim dodged an attack and ran to the right. She got caught and struck. Murder scene. I can check that? Oh, okay, this is just the layout. Alright. I just want to see if there's anything... No, I believe I had a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. Alright. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. That's very ambiguous. You could be referring to Edgeworth. You may want to specify. I called Miss May over at once. She too was flabbergasted, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. I could maybe push on that? Finally, there was a terrible impaction, and it was all over. Which, I'm gonna push on that, and then I'm gonna present something. If things occurred as you testified, I'm afraid that the defendant is guilty. Very well, defendant. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor, but you are very clearly biased, and that's showing to the entire court, but whatever. Okay, witness's account. Let's see, it was about 9 o'clock, I believe. I was quite perusifying the windows. Okay, I was by the window. I heard something coming from outside. I turned and looked at the building across the way. Got it. So I saw him, a spiky-haired man attacking the woman with long hair. Needless to say, that man was none other than you, Mr. Lawyer. I called Miss May over once, and she, too, was surprised, of course. The victim, she ran away, but you gave chase. Let's go ahead and press. Can you be a little more detailed about that? I think it's worth knowing exactly what happened. Of course, comprende, I understand. The victim was attacked by you and ran to the left. That is not at all what occurred. Yeah, dodged the attack and ran right. You gave chase and struck her down. Can I not present that? Okay. Are you sure? Thank you, Edgeworth, you're actually helping me. As you know, I am absolutely perfect. Perhaps you could change your testimony to reflect this new detail. Ah, okay, now I can do it. The victim ran to the left and you gave chase. Finally, there was a terrible impaction. Okay. Present. Okay, but this goes against Miss May's testimony that we heard the other day. Wait right there. Mr. White, you've dug your own grave. Maybe don't go with that, but like, you don't have to, okay. What is this? You said that the victim ran to the left, but that directly contradicts Miss May's testimony. She clearly stated that the victim ran to the right. It's simple. You must have misheard her. No. Now, what you could claim is that you were looking in a mirror, and thus you saw her run the opposite direction. That get it away, but then also some of your testimony could get thrown out. I think not. Look at the floor plans. Oh, thank God we've got that. The killer was here, and the victim was here. If the victim ran to the left, as you claim that she did, she would have been running directly away from the door. She would have been running into a dead end. Don't you find that odd? Huh? Oh, this is a face I prefer more. Very strange. I did see her run to the left, I did.
Phoenix, look at his face. I don't think he's lying about this one.
Do you have your right and left mixed up? Oh, wait. True. Wait, no. Maybe he really did see the victim run to the left? So he did witness the killing? Wait a second. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? Miss May says right and Mr. White says left. Can you explain this contradiction to the court? Both are right? Not that I worship, but in nomine patri. Both witnesses are telling the truth, for once. I doubt it. Rather, it does not clear up the contradiction. There is one scenario that would explain their conflicting accounts. What? Obviously, the witness was not viewing the crime from the hotel. Huh? Mr. Wright, what do you mean? Yes, what do you mean he was not viewing the crime from the hotel? If he was not in the hotel, where could he have been? In the law offices of Faye and Co., of course. I like that they made him ugly from the back. More specifically, he was standing here. Time to show the court where Mr. White was standing? I don't know. Where would she be if she saw him run left? Oh, he would have been the killer. Take that! Then she would run left to the door. This is where he was. Look, when the victim ran for the door, he was watching from this point. To him, it would appear that she ran left. Please, this is no time for jokes and ill taste. That is where the killer was standing. Phoenix? No, sorry. Edgeworth, you are doing so much work for me. I love it. You're great in this one. The last one you sucked. Order. Order. I will have order. Anyone disturbing the order of this courtroom will be held in contempt. Mr. Wright, what are you suggesting? Rapscallion. Objection! Oh? Not you too, Edgeworth. The postulations of the defense are a distortion of the truth, Your Honor. My theory distorts the truth. Nope. Hold on. Let me try that again. My theory screws with the truth. Yeah, I'll stick with that. Indeed, they do seem a bit far-fetched. You provide us with so much entertainment, Mr. Lawyer. What now? He's laughing? The hilarity of the moment made me remember something. It appears I have been unclear, and for this I apologize. Mr. Your Honor. Okay. May I be allowed to testify once more? Okay. Very well. Let's hear your revised testimony. Good luck. You can't fix a broken testimony, buddy. And I think we'll do that next time. That's all the time we've got for this episode. So take care, everybody.